told you I got caught up in a wave, almost gave it away. Everyone around me say you should be so happy now, but if you keep reaching out, then I'll keep coming back. But if you're gone for good, then I'm okay with that. But if you leave the light on, then I'll leave the light on. Hey guys, thanks for checking out this guitar lesson for Light On by Maggie Rogers. Start off, put the capo on the 2nd fret. And once you get that set up, let's jump right into the chords. So the first chord is A minor, and I play that with middle finger on the 2nd fret of D, ring on the 2nd fret of G, and index on the 1st fret of B. The next chord is G, and I play that with middle finger on the 3rd fret of low E, index on the 2nd fret of A, ring on the 3rd fret of B, and pinky on the 3rd fret of high E. The next chord is F, and I play that with ring finger on the 3rd fret of D, middle finger on the 2nd fret of G, and then index finger on both the 1st fret of B and high E. So it sounds like. The next chord is C, and I play that with ring finger on the 3rd fret of A, middle finger on the 2nd fret of D, and index on the 1st fret of B. The last chord is E minor, and I play that here with middle finger on the 2nd fret of A and ring on the 2nd of D. So yeah, those are all the chords, so let's jump into the strumming pattern. And really, there isn't much of a strumming pattern in the actual song, but in order to make up for the loss of all those other instruments, I came up with a helpful strumming pattern that I use. So in order to learn this strumming pattern, you need to look at the measure in terms of 16th notes, which means 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. And there are 4 strokes. First one's a downstroke right on 1. The next stroke is an upstroke on the before 2. So 1 E and a 2 E. And then the N between 2 and 3 is another downstroke. So 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and then I one last downstroke on 4. So 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 and a 1 E. So yeah, that's the whole song. There is a fun extra thing. So this is a part, it's kind of the introduction, outro. She throws it in a couple times in the middle of the song too. It's a little pattern that you use without a pick, just your index finger and thumb. So yeah, let's jump into that. So first off, the 3 chords are the same for the verse. It's A minor, G, F. And what you do is you have your thumb playing the lower note. So it's the A string open to play A minor. And then you're doing G with the low E string. And then you've got F on the D string. So you're doing that on the 1 of every measure. And then there's this pattern that she does, which is on and off your index finger on the 1st fret of B. So you keep going back and forth. So I'll put it below as C and B, which is what the 2 notes are. The pattern is thumb on the 1 of every measure, and then with your index finger, play index and the N before 1 and 2, and then you take your index off on the E right after 2. So 1 E and a 2 E. Then your back index finger on 1 for right on 3. So 1 E and a 2 E and a 3. And then you play index off on both sides of 4. So the and the E on either side of 4. So it sounds like 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. You notice I'm also trying to hit the G string whenever I play the note, just to get some of that G going through. So yeah, I hope that makes sense for you guys. It is an extra thing, you don't have to worry about doing it, but if you want to show off to any Maggie Rogers fans, they will recognize that part. That's the classic riff. So yeah, with that, we can play through the whole song. Let's go through it. Would you believe me now if I told you I got caught up in a wave? Almost gave it away. Everyone around me saying you should be so happy now. But if you keep reaching out, then I'll keep coming back. But if you're gone for good, then I'm okay with that. But if you leave the light on, then I'll leave the light on. Alright, that's the whole song. Hope you guys learned a lot. If you have any more questions, please leave a comment below. And make sure to subscribe so you catch all the lessons to come. I'll be doing a lesson every Monday and Thursday moving forward. So yeah, thanks again, guys.